This is what people have been waiting for, a demonstrable endorsement from a large non-restaurant company with broad distribution. PepsiCo, I have to, Ethan Brown is terrific.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. Jesse here, and today I have some new and exciting news regarding Beyond Meat. And we're going to focus a bit in the beginning on Beyond Meat's news, which is that they expand their product distribution within Walmart. But also, we're going to talk about what Jim Cramer, that we've had on this show before, right? What he feels about Beyond Meat and their deal that they got over a month ago with PepsiCo, and what that means for their future. So that's what we're going to talk about also. So stay tuned for that. And as always, guys, before we get to it, I would really appreciate an early thumbs up, since it does really help expand the channel to more people. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding Beyond Meat or other plant-based stocks, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. Thank you guys, I truly appreciate you. And if we just take a quick look at the stock chart, ticker symbol BYND, we can see that it's up around 2 to 3%. The market's only been open for about 1.5 hours. So, and it could be related obviously to the good news. As I guess you know by now, Beyond Meat is at a lot of stores on a global scale, right? And especially in the US. And right now they are at 24,000 Walmart locations. And this news is that at 400 of those stores, they're going to be adding some more SKUs. Among it's going to be their Beyond Sausage Hot Italian to the fresh meat aisle, but also to another 500 stores within these 2,400 stores. They're going to expand with the Frozen Cookout Classic Value Pack to approximately, like I said, 500 stores. And the increased distribution is the second time it happens in less than a year when it comes to Walmart. And as it says here in the article, quote, plant-based meat products made without GMO or bioengineered ingredients. As we talked about this many times, right, guys? There's a lot of plant-based alternatives out there. And some of the more popular ones, like Impossible Foods, actually contains GMO, and that could be a problem in the future, right? Because people are more aware that they're not really that healthy for you, right? And obviously 2,400 stores seems like a lot, but it's actually nothing compared to what they actually have in the whole of the US when it comes to the retail stores, which is 28,000 stores. And the good news is, and we mentioned this also when we had the annual report a couple of days ago, and the Q4 report is that even though it's been hard on Beyond Meat regarding selling enough product, which is based on the pandemic, right? They still landed on the #1 plant-based product being sold, as it says here. Beyond Meat was the first selling plant-based meat brand in the refrigerated category at grocery stores and across food service. So this is in the US, right? Which is impressive. And I really like that they state that in this article, considering that there's still a lot of people talking about Impossible Foods being a threat, talking about Tattoo Chef being a threat, but even worse, that the other traditional meat companies having their versions of plant-based food being a threat, but yet they're not. They have their different brands. So if we look at what Chuck Move says, the Chief Growth Officer of Beyond Meat, quote, we're thrilled by the continued growth with Walmart and the opportunity to offer Walmart customers increased accessibility to a larger selection of our delicious and better for you plant-based products. As more households continue to buy our products and buy them more frequently, we're excited to satisfy the growing demand through increased products offerings and distributions. And the collaboration here with Walmart is nothing new, right? They've actually launched their product at Walmart since 2015. So it's been around 6 years now, right? And the products that they actually have there is the Beyond Burger, Beyond Sausage Brat Original, Beyond Breakfast Sausage, patties, along with the latest additions of Beyond Sausage Hot Italian and Cookout Classics, right? And if you want to know more about what kind of products these are actually trying to simulate, the Beyond Sausage Hot Italian is the plant-based sausage designed to look, sizzle, and satisfy like pork, right? Compared to traditional pork sausage, Beyond Sausage offers actually more protein and actually more iron with less total unsaturated fat and no cholesterol. antibiotics or hormones. And when it comes to the Cookout Classic, it gives you everything a meat lover would hopefully love, that is juicy, a meaty taste and texture, and the added convenience of being sold frozen in value pack designed to feed the whole family. And the good thing is that this SKU, the Cookout Classic, is going to be a permanent SKU now at Walmart. So I do feel that this is good news. It's not super exciting. It's not a wow news. It's not large, right? It's still within the same stores. It's not that it's becoming, that they're selling it at more stores right now, but that's just to be expected. In coming months, guys, considering what's going on, I think you could just expect that more stores, not only in the US, but globally, is going to start bringing them in. And as we talked about before, they're not only now at 112,000 stores, as we talked about before, they're at 122,000 stores and restaurants worldwide. And that is actually without counting in McDonald's, Taco Bell, KFC, and Pizza Hut. So I'm guessing that by the end of this year or beginning of the next year, I'm wondering, we're probably going to talk about tens of thousands of more places, right? That would be quite logical, considering, I don't know if we could talk about maybe 30, 40,000 more stores or restaurants, considering the giant change just McDonald's is, right? So now let's talk about Jim Cramer. We've talked about him before on this channel, right? He loves Beyond Meat, as we should know by now, right? I mean, he's talked about that he believes that Beyond Meat could be the next Amazon, the next Alphabet, the next Facebook, because the potentials are there, right? Because he does feel like I do, that this could be a paradigm shift, or we are actually in a paradigm shift, but this could be the next giant thing. It just makes sense. We know about sustainability things. We know about health reasons. And that's why he's so bullish about them. And he's met the CEO, Ethan Brown, several times. He's sold on his vision, right? So that's why he's so bullish about them now. And let's hear what he had to say about them regarding the PepsiCo deal.
Jim, as they got this new partnership with Pepsi to develop a platform and innovate on plant-based products over time, that's a lot of marketing know-how and manufacturing know-how out of Pepsi.
I was going back and forth with Ethan Brown, who, with Ethan, he's a genius, okay? What he believes, and this is the CEO and founder, what he believes is that this may be the most important deal. And the reason is because PepsiCo is everywhere. And it's going to be for food, for snacks, all right? That is certainly what we want. And also for drinks. Should it be up this much? Once again, Beyond Meat, it has a 30% short position. Everyone thought it was losing a lot to Impossible. And, of course, it did have a problem with the office space being closed in cafeterias. Not our cafeteria, which, by the way, has excellent stuff. But I do think that this is something that the shorts were not ready for. It's been many years in the making, but it's the most substantial partnership you could have because it's the #2 company to Nestle's in terms of food service. David, they did it. They did it. And they did it because they have a vision. A vision.
Which is?
That everybody in the end is going to eat plant-based because it's better for the environment and it tastes good. It is better for the environment, than other stuff.
Yes, I do.
Why are you so laconic about this deal?
Which deal?
I'm
the
talking
Beyond
about
Meat deal?
Yeah, you're laconic.
I am? I just don't have that much to say. I'm sorry.
No, you don't care.
That's not true.
All right, this is an innovative snack and beverage product. You should see, I've got the PepsiCo and the Beyond Meat release, Carl. This is what people have been waiting for. A demonstrable endorsement from a large non-restaurant company with broad distribution. PepsiCo, I have to, Ethan Brown is terrific. Now, I know he's dealt directly with Raymond LaGuarta. Now, LaGuarta is a visionary, and Beyond Meat is a visionary company, and he believed in, those who believe in Ethan Brown, which are primarily millennials, are being rewarded today. Don't be too greedy, but congratulations.
So as I guess you can see, he is bullish about him. He's happy about this deal. Frankly, I'm surprised that not more people are talking about this deal. As he stated, right, they're the second largest when it comes to the food industry. as I've talked about, around $200 billion in valuation. They have connections everywhere on a global scale. I mean, this deal is huge. It's not like it was in the beginning with the McDonald's deal, right? Where it was skeptical if it's going to be a branded deal or not. And we don't know that as of yet. But this CEO of PepsiCo, he's actually very positive about this. And again, what are they selling at PepsiCo? Because most of us probably think it's just about the sodas, right? Which is definitely it's not. So they have their beverages, obviously, their soda pops, their juices of different kinds. And then here they have some kind of dairy alternative, which is with Starbucks. We'll talk more about that later. And their different waters, root beer, and so on. And then we go to the food. Well, depends on what we classify it as food, of course. But they have the classic, the Lay's, the Doritos, the different potato chips. They have some oats. And then have some hummus here. Very interesting. I'm wondering, actually, being as a large company they are, I don't think they actually have highlighted all the products they have here. But different kinds of crisp of different variations, right? And then they have some different cereals here too, and beef jerky, which is also something I've been wondering. What kind of products could they be making together? Because it's supposed to be some healthy alternatives that people could have, and we don't. And they're not only talking about food, right? They're talking about beverages. But I was thinking, like, beef jerky, right? Wouldn't it make sense if they have some kind of plant-based jerky, a Beyond Meat, plant-based meaty alternative? We actually have a version here in Sweden that I bought in a Polish store, or my girlfriend bought it, and it was incredible. The taste, the flavor. I mean, it was amazing. I could think that if you're a person who loves beers and you have this plant-based jerky on the side, that would be a treat, right? So that would be kind of cool thing. And then we see some kind of cookies here. And I'm thinking also, like granola bars, right? If it's supposed to be something that's convenient, something easy to buy, granola bars is all kinds of bars, like protein bars. It's all the rave today, right? That's what people want, some kind of fast food. And if you can get a healthier alternative, I'm thinking like a Snickers kind of deal, but a healthier alternative. And then people who are on the go thinking that, whoa, Beyond Meat, it's vegan, it's plant-based, that must be super healthy. We know right now that there aren't very many plant-based alternative meats out there that are super healthy. I mean, there are some that are quite healthy, but it's still mostly processed. But if they're actually making a healthier alternative here, but no matter what, if it is healthier, that much healthier or not, it's about the vision people have when they hear plant-based, right? Or they hear vegan. And that's what's going to sell in the beginning anyhow, right? Even though I believe, like we know, Ethan Brown is all about making a product that is healthier in the long run. He's trying to, like on his meat patties, trying to lower the saturated fat. Is becoming lower and lower. And the same with the salt, right? So we're looking forward to see what kind of products they're going to have. But again, we've talked about this before, right? Like beverages. What kind of beverages are we talking about? I mean, it can't be an ordinary soda, like the Beyond Meat Pepsi Cola version, right? I mean, come on, it's normally vegan anyhow. So it must be, in my eyes, the way I see it, it must be related to some, I guess it doesn't have to be, but it would make more sense that it would be some form of dairy alternative. And we read about that in another article as well. And what I see here, like they have this Starbucks version, this Frappuccino, and I imagine that these kind of typical coffee drinks would have traditional dairy. And considering that Beyond Meat is actually, they've gotten even bigger deals now with Starbucks in the US and already had a pretty big deal in China at the moment. It makes sense that they would do some kind of coffee drinks, right? That normally has traditional dairy, but now we have a dairy alternative a la Beyond Meat. So that could be interesting to see how they would go with that. So I'm really looking forward to their future here. Guys, let me know down in the comments. I'll be interested to hear your versions and your ideas where you see this going. Again, guys, the distribution here is enormous, right? I mean, this is probably one of the best deals you can get out there as a food company. And considering that PepsiCo is basically involved in everything, I do see a really bright future for Beyond Meat. And then when we get back and talking about, the McDonald's deals and the Yum Brands deal, we're going to make another video about that regarding what Jim Cramer feels about this. But again, guys, this is one of the reasons why Jim Cramer is so bullish about this company, because he can see what I hope that many of us can see, right? The future is there, right? The paradigm shift is here, and it's an ongoing thing that within the next 10 years, without doubt, in my opinion, it's going to be one of the biggest shifts in human history, actually. So guys, that was it for today. I truly hope you got some value from today's video. And if you did, please smash that like button. I would surely appreciate that. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding plant-based food and stocks and other plant-based companies, make sure to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget that bell button, guys. And as always, should you forget, I am not a financial advisor. These are just my own personal thoughts and opinions. It's important to always do your own due diligence and invest safe. Hope to see you guys soon. Peace out.